Do you know the secret of the great eagle hidden deep within the jungle? A creature so feared, but with a heart full of mystery. What if I told you it wasn't always the way you think? There's a story about an eagle, fierce and proud, that lived high on the cliffs of the jungle, watching over everything below. Most animals feared the mighty bird, but they didn't know its true secret. What could make such a strong creature feel so alone? Get ready, because tonight we're going to discover that not everything is what it seems in the jungle. High up in the jungle cliffs lived a mighty eagle known as Thunderwing. His feathers shimmered like the night sky, and when he spread his wings, they seemed to block out the sun. All the animals below, small monkeys, bright parrots, and even the swift jaguar, kept their distance. Everyone whispered that Thunderwing was dangerous, and anyone who came too close to his nest would never return. But here's the thing no one ever knew. Thunderwing wasn't the scary, fierce creature they thought he was. In fact, he was lonely. Up in his nest, all by himself, Thunderwing would watch the other animals play, wishing he could join them. He had no family, no one to fly with, and no one to share his food. His sharp eyes would sometimes fill with tears that he hid from the world. One day, something changed in the jungle. A loud cry echoed from below. It wasn't a cry of fear, it was the sound of a young bird, lost and alone. Thunderwing's sharp eyes spotted a tiny creature flapping frantically between the trees. It was a baby parrot, its wings too weak to carry it back to the safety of the branches. The jungle floor was a dangerous place for such a small bird. The shadows of prowling creatures like snakes and jaguars seemed to close in. Thunderwing hesitated. What would the animals say if they saw him swoop down? But something inside him, something warm and protective, pushed him to act. With a powerful flap of his wings, he soared down from his high perch and scooped the baby parrot up in his talons, carrying it gently back to its nest in the trees. The baby parrot's family had watched in shock. Could it be the feared Thunderwing had saved their baby? But instead of running away, they chirped a soft thank you. Thunderwing's heart felt strange, like it was swelling with something he hadn't felt in years. Kindness. Word of Thunderwing's rescue spread through the jungle like wildfire. For the first time, animals approached him not with fear, but with curiosity. They began to realize maybe the eagle wasn't a monster after all. Maybe he was something else, something they had never imagined. One rainy night, a terrible storm swept through the jungle. The wind howled and the rain poured down in sheets. Many animals, huddled in their nests, struggled to keep their little ones safe. But Thunderwing, high in his cliff, saw something that filled him with dread. A flood was coming, fast and strong, straight toward the jungle floor where the smallest animals lived. Without thinking twice, Thunderwing launched himself into the storm, his wings battling against the fierce wind. Below, the floodwaters rushed in, threatening to sweep away everything in their path. Thunderwing flew down, rescuing a family of monkeys, a couple of tiny deer, and even a timid jaguar cub, all too scared to move. One by one, he carried them to safety, up to his own nest on the cliffs where the rain couldn't reach them. Thunderwing's feathers were drenched, his wings tired, but he didn't stop until every last animal was safe. The storm finally passed, and as the sun began to rise over the soaked jungle, something magical happened. All the animals, great and small, gathered around Thunderwing. They chirped, squawked, and roared their thanks. The jaguar, usually so proud, bowed its head in gratitude. The monkeys chattered in excitement, and even the baby parrot from before nestled into Thunderwing's feathers. For the first time, Thunderwing didn't feel alone. From that day on, Thunderwing was no longer feared as the monster of the cliffs. Instead, he became the protector of the jungle, a friend to all who lived there. Whenever a storm came or danger lurked, the animals knew they could count on him. And Thunderwing, he finally had what he had always longed for, a family. Not of his own kind, but of every creature in the jungle who saw him for who he truly was. Not fierce, not frightening, but strong and kind. If you want to hear more magical stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Sweet dreams!